wanted to make a lecture, not only with you guys, but I wanted to make a lecture with all the students to discuss this a little bit more in detail. Like, I mean, of what has happened, of what is the meaning of all of this, and what is the meaning of doing such a large project, and how it feels to do it, and what happens afterwards. By the way, I sent you something. I'll explain you later what that is. Okay, just you can ignore it for now. You can totally ignore this for now, but I'll show you later. I'll explain you later what that is. Actually, yeah, I'll explain later what that is. I'll send it. It's something connected with Bitcoin, but yeah. Okay, great. I was kind of waiting for this stupid stiralne machine to finish, and it just finished. So now I can be more focused and more calm, because that sound is criminal. All right, bratan. So I wanted to make a bit of a lecture about a conversation about what it means to do a project that is so large. What this all meant for me, and sort of like, well, to both inspire you and also to show you like some quirks of how to run such a large project that goes over so many months. And I wanted to also talk about the actual session and what I did, because when you were there, okay, it was nice, we saw how it feels, but we couldn't really talk about the project, about what was happening inside the project, about how this all went. And I think that this will be the last nail in the coffin for you as a as an Ableton user. I mean, in the sense that you will realize that I'm joking to you, because I know that you already understand this Pro Tools thing, and it's not like a surprise or something like that. But yeah, there will be a lot of things that I'm going to talk today that made me realize how huger Pro Tools is than what I even thought about, you know. So I don't know, I'm kind of like improvising here. I don't know really. I want to make this to be interesting for you. And I have a plan, but let's see how it goes. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is that I would dream to try to ask you guys to make a 5.1 mix. Like, that's what I want. I think that would be amazing if we can finish our semester, because it's like, come on, like, you guys have been with me doing stuff for so many years, for already 3 years, and I need to put you to do different things. It's like, okay, we already make songs together, we already made songs together. Like, it has to be something new, something always pushing. So I'm imagining a situation in which we grab there are two speakers in Studio B, and then we grab a subwoofer, and then we make a 5.1 system there in Studio B with the sound card. But I mean, I'm a little bit improvising here, and maybe this shit goes very wrong and it just doesn't work. I don't know, whatever, we will see. But at least I want to try, at least. So I'm gonna give you guys one summative assessment, which will be to mix one more song, normal, and I will give you one summative assessment, which is to make a 5.1 mix. And if we make it, I think that would be a really good comprehensive course. Meanwhile, I will prepare, like, maybe, I think next lecture, I would prepare something. I mean, I would have a read about and give you a presentation like I usually do about 5.1 mixing. So we kind of like, I also learn, you learn. And then in this semester, we did this like super adult srosle mixing course. Okay, we spoke about all the boring things, and we spoke about 5.1, and also I guess we'll talk about Dolby Atmos and stuff, but okay. So look, now I want to kind of like, my intention is to give you an imagination of the true scope of this project, like of what really happened, of how large it was. And I want to do this. It's annoying that Dima is not here, because I think that you have many of the things I'm going to tell you pretty clear. But anyways, it's good that they stay there for the record, because you are a very hard-working person, and you know that how much effort's required to do something of this scope. But I didn't know it was going to be so brutal until I made it myself. So let's go. Look, the best place to start is to discuss how it all started. Yeah, tell me. Yes, it was my first 5.1. Yeah, I've never done it before. Yeah, and you see, like, my goal is like, imagine when I was called to do a 5.1 mix, I was shitting my pants a little bit. I was like, fuck, these guys are gonna bring me to the studio. I don't know how to connect this, and I don't know how to connect the session, how to run it, what it needs to happen. And I mean, I dream that if you guys do this in the university, at least in the future, you can tell to people, yeah, I've done this, you know, I know how to do this, I've been doing it, so whatever. And it would open a new world, because nowadays I'm thinking in stereo and I'm like, boring. I don't want to think in stereo anymore. Like, because really, I kind of transcended my ambition as a musician personally. Like, I mean, I don't absolutely do not care about the charts, like 0%. Like, I don't care about being popular, about being in the charts, I'm not telling you that this is good. I'm telling you that for me now it's more interesting to mix a 5.1 album that only I will hear than to mix an album that everybody would hear in stereo, for example. Like, I just don't care anymore about any other people. I never cared, and now I care less. Whatever. And this is not good for everybody. I mean, I want you guys to be successful how you want. I'm not telling you this like, do like me at all, of course. But anyways, and now, the main thing I want to talk about in this instance, in this second right now, is not about the 5.1 project, but I mean, which we will talk in a couple of minutes, but it's more about like what has happened since October until now in full detail. So the first thing that you need to know is that and by the way, obviously I know that we have spoken about this, but I have never made a lecture about it only that is just about this and only discussing it. So the first thing you need to know is that how I got this job. And this is important. Like, how I got this job, I went to a party of my wife in some stupid, like absolutely unexpected situation, which was like a birthday of the daughter of the best friend of my wife. Like, and I went to this party. And so what is the message of this? And this is something that, you know, every time you go somewhere, even in a kid's party, man, like, imagine, I will sign a contract, hopefully, for a 4 million ruble project for all the next year. And it's because I went to that stupid children party. Like, if I wouldn't have gone to that children party, it wouldn't have happened. So I insist on this fact that everything that you can do, every movement, everywhere you go, it's going to be useful, like, for sure. So, okay, I had a conversation with this guy, with Oleg, and we kind of liked each other. There was some good chemistry. And then I told him, if you ever need somebody to write a soundtrack, just write me, you know. And I have never written a soundtrack before, but I trust my skills, kind of, and I was like, if you throw me that task, I will do it. And then 10 months passed, and this man contacts me like, hey, I lost my old composer, I want to try you. So that's how it all started. And now this is where one of the things I wanted to show you. So if I go here look at my session management, this is going to be session management now becomes not only super important, maybe it becomes the most important thing in the whole thing. So look at my folder here, and you see I have like current production sessions, fly sound. This is like when I started mixing there. Old production sessions. The resources folder where I got all the videos that the director was sending me, because they changed the montage and then they send you a video and then you have to correct the music and then they send you a new montage. And now I'm in that situation. I had already finished and now they changed the montage deeply, and I will discuss to you what's my technique to change the montage. I will show it to you now because that's a really cool thing that I thought about. And so yeah, I have here all my what's the name, my sessions, my videos that he sent, and then I have, like, imagine, again, my goal is to show you the scope of this project. And then there is another folder called other resources, and it's an Ableton Live session, which is a session where I was doing explorations in Ableton Live because I was seeing what can I do with the simpler. And then, like I mentioned to you once, I managed to connect Ableton Live with Pro Tools, and so I was using Ableton Live as an instrument. And so I started gathering things, but it means that, imagine, like, for this project, I have not only the Pro Tools world, but I also had to work in Ableton to put them together. And so in Ableton, I developed, there is a character in the movie that her name is Anna, and she's an artificial intelligence system, because really the movie is about artificial intelligence. And I had to develop the sounds of Anna. So, you know, my reference for that, and I mean, this is connected a little bit with sound design. My reference for that, I don't know if you remember this scene in Matrix, wait, Matrix, Neo touches the mirror. When mirror, do you remember this scene in the first Matrix when he touches the mirror? There is a sound effect there. There is a sound effect there that is unique. It's unique. This sound effect when he goes ah, yeah. And so there, that's for me. It sounded like a. It sounded like a. Like a. Like poorly quantized in Ableton. Vocal, like time stretched. That's what I'm trying to say. It felt like a time stretched Ableton algorithm, and so that's what I thought. Oh, okay, maybe I can make the Anna's voices with this time stretching algorithm of Ableton. And in the end, I ended up using a whale. Like I went and I found like sounds of whales, and I also found sounds of people singing, and I time stretched them until they sounded bad. And then that thing, I put it inside the simpler. And so it has this like Matrix character, and then it has the simpler capacity of changing the notes and everything. Okay, you know all of that, nothing new. So, I mean, again, the whole point of this is to show you guys like, hey, you guys are used to making one song, maybe two songs, maybe an EP. This is how it looks when you make a movie. Like, this project is 300 gigabytes, literally, like of audio material. There are no videos here. It's just 300 gigabytes of tests and stuff. Okay, so, ой, что, дружок? Ты ведь кушаешь? Приятного аппетита, дружок. Я сейчас работаю, я не могу говорить. Хочешь сказать привет у Андрея? Да. Да? Ты хочешь? Вот, Андрей, это Линкс. Привет, Андрей. Видишь, он тебе скажет привет. Сейчас, он тебе не... Вот, он, видишь, Андрей? Привет, Андрей. Давай, иди к маме, дружок. Я сейчас занят. Я не могу говорить сейчас. Давай, мама. Пока, он тебе сказал пока, он тебя видел, да, и сказал пока, Линкс, пока. Ты что, еще раз хочешь ему сказать пока? Пока. Давай. Сириус, ты тоже хочешь сказать пока? Давайте, друзья, мне нужно работать. Я сейчас на уроке, не могу говорить. Пока. Давай, Сириус, не, давай. Сори, малыш, да.
Папа, можешь вон там поменять честно?
Друзья, уходите отсюда, пожалуйста, я сейчас занят. Давай. Чао. Милый, Amor, please help me with the kids, love. Друзья, пожалуйста. Sirius is hiding here. Давай, Sirius. Sorry, man. Just a moment. I know it's cool, but yeah.
Нет, выходите. Папа очень занят.
Давай, мои друзья. Спасибо. Just couldn't close this. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, man. Yeah. So, yeah, back to this. So, and then, I mean, the other thing that I had to do, I had to make a Adobe Premiere session, because there was an issue because I was working in each one of the songs individually, and I didn't have the perspective of the whole movie, and so I kind of was sort of like making an Adobe Premiere session where I was putting like each one of the chapters I was doing, and then running all of this to have a feeling of how each the episodes connect, because how you work usually when you do something like this is that the director starts sending you like the movie cut in episodes. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you get like a script for each one of those episodes and a description of what's going on and all of that. But yeah, I mean, later I learned that was a mistake, and if you ever have to do this, remember this commentary. And that was the problem that I was facing when you arrived to Fly Sound, is that I was trying to put everything in one session, like everything in one mega session, and that would have been better to do it, but I just didn't know about this, and I didn't do it like that. And I was working, so I had an Ableton Live session, an Adobe Premiere session, and I was like exporting videos and jumping into it and watching it like that. In the future, I will do it all in one sole thing. There was some mastering in the middle, because you see there is a moment when you get a call like, hey, the producers need to show this in Cannes. This really happened. Like, the producer will show this in Cannes to some people there that are going to watch like some pre-screening. So in the middle of it, I had to mix it and master it. Then there's a folder here called My Holiday, because they want to use My Holiday as the ending credits for the movie. So we had to kind of like propose them some songs, and this means that I'm going to have to go to the multi-tracks of My Holiday, and this is all part of the same job, and I only got paid 300k for all of this. It's stupid. I mean, it would be like a year of work. It's really stupid money, but I mean, I would have to go to My Holiday and remix some song of My Holiday, because in the contract I agreed to do everything that is required for the music. So I will have to open a My Holiday song, re-record vocals, and remix it too. It's part of this work. And then I have here my audio files folder, also where everything is, nothing new. And then I have my bounce files. So this is really important, like kind of like session management moment. You know, I have mixes, obviously I have production things that are not mixes, it's just pre-mixes. So mixes they are in 5.1. You see, like this is a file, a waveform that is 400 megabytes, and they are 5.1 waveforms. And by the way, so you can get more accustomed to this, when you work in a 5.1, it's literally, I mean, it's exactly the same as working in stereo. It's just that you have 5 audio tracks in one. And you see, like, even when you open them in Audacity, look at, wait, this thing, like, I don't have so much space in my computer, and maybe it will, I need to delete something. Just give me a second to, wait, it's gonna work? No, give me a sec. I just wanted to show you how a 5.1 mix looks in Audacity. Wait, just a moment. Let me just delete Zoom, because I hate Zoom. And I just had to install it for one meeting I had today, but I don't need this shit. Just a moment. Okay, so let me empty trash here and try to open it again. Free fall, here it is. Bounce files, mixes. So let me open this one, for example, in Audacity. Let's see, I think it should open now. Even Audacity opens 5.1. I mean, for us, it really sounds like a mystical thing. It's like, oh, 5.1. It's exactly the same. There's no difference at all on anything. There's nothing to consider, nothing weird. It's just so stupid. Yeah, it will not open right now because of my lack of hard drive space. But yeah, it looks like this. It looks like I showed you there when you were in the studio with me. Like this 5 tracks. It looks exactly the same in Audacity. You see, like left, center, right back, and subwoofer. And so, okay, I have my mixes there, and then I have production, and this is what I wanted to show you, man. Old. So these are all the exports I made to this guy. And actually, wait, that looks like little. There should be more. No, but yeah, that's kind of it. Like, for example, Ascal Key had 28 versions. No, more production ideas. Yeah. It had 35 versions. So it was like, I started, I don't know if you can hear. Wait. This is Ascal Key. Wait, I don't think you can hear there. Wait a second. I think in order for you to hear, I really want to show you how things evolved, man. That was one of the main things I wanted to show you here. So you can understand, like, for example, I have written already 3 separate endings, like totally separate endings. And these are, every time I write a new ending, it's like writing a new 5-minute song, you know, like it's from scratch. And I will have to change some things still, but where I'm going with all of this is like, you all have to become as strong as this, in the sense that it's like, you're tired, you have the bachelors to run, you have the lectures to give, you have the kids to take care of, you have the wife to take care of, and then somebody writes you at 2 a.m. please rewrite the ending. And I really know that you know this well. It's just like the movie is absolutely another scale of anything. Like, I have never done something of such a size, because I mean, it's like, imagine what you were doing with Andrei Katikov. How long was the song? How long was this? Like 3 minutes? 2 minutes? Like, imagine the same amount of attention to detail for 75. Like, literally. Like, it's just, I have never done something like this. And what came out, let's continue the metaphor of Matrix, you know. When he's learning how to fight with Morpheus, then he starts moving his hands like so fast, and he becomes like hyper, like, right now I just feel like any job you want to throw at me, like, of course I can do it. Like, there is no question. And that's the main thing that you have some good confidence, and that's really great that you have this confidence. But I didn't used to have it. And I didn't used to have it when I met you. Like, I used to have it, I started having this level of confidence, the level of confidence that makes me say, hey, I can do this, and it's gonna cost you 4 million rubles, and if you spend 4 million rubles on me, it's a good investment for you. It's a really good investment. Like, I was not feeling this level of confidence, and that's sort of one of the things I want to transmit to you, that you need to, not to you, but to you all students, like, you need to arrive to this level of confidence. And I arrived to that level of confidence after I walked this journey, because it made me bulletproof. It's like all the things that they throw at me, I was just like responding to them without any problems. There was zero complaints, zero, oh my god, I'm only getting paid 300k and I'm doing this, like I don't have time, you're asking me for the next pravki. Everything was done like, up, you need to do this, like you need orchestra, okay, I'll read how to do orchestra, you need this, like no problem. Everything was done. And you know, I think that the other thing that I think is important, something that I really like about this director, by the way, I'm sorry if this lecture is a little bit blah 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 talking bullshit, but I just wanted to pass on to you this energy, this feeling, and to pass on the torch. You know, I value your time a lot. That's why I'm always very focused on like giving you special things and stuff every time. But I thought that this needed to happen once at least, this conversation. So one of the things I really liked about yeah, I respect you a lot. That's why I said one of the things I really liked about this director, and it gave me a sign that it's a good person and that it's a good professional, is that he was always having fun all the time. There was never a moment where it was like, no, I was and sometimes I went really the wrong direction of what he wanted, 100% the wrong direction, and he always communicated with me with love, with care. This is so important. And he was always smiling, always in a good mood, and the same was for me. That it was contagious. Like, even though I'm getting paid nothing for this work, and it's such a big job, and it fucked my year, man. Like, it fucked my year. Like, when Dimitri Panov told me, Leo, you will teach 10 lectures a week, I was like, holy fucking shit, like, how am I gonna do that? After that, I decided to make a soundtrack for a movie. And it was like, and that's the other message to all of you guys. It's like, and in the middle of this, I have 2 kids and all of that. Like, we are, like, we can push it and keep pushing it and keep pushing it, and our minds and bodies, they, if we are healthy, like, they react well, and you will make it. Like, I mean, everybody will make it, and there's no question about this. So, okay, having fun, being in a good mood was a theme across the whole thing, and addressing to each other with respect and love was another thing that was really important. So I'm gonna go here and I want to show you kind of like a little bit so you can see how much something can get transformed and how did I approach to it. So right now I'm gonna go here and go to my workspace. Wait, I just want to play some examples, and I'm thinking what's the best way that I can do it so you can hear it too. Let me go to loopback, and I think that if I play it in QuickTime, yeah, in QuickTime you should hear it. Wait, so Ascolki first version, QuickTime player. Wait, tell me if you hear it. You hear it? Look at it. Notice that it's a 2-minute piece. It's just like and by the way, something important that I learned with this man before I even start. We had a couple of conflicts along the way, and these conflicts were really positive, and these conflicts were, you know, I don't know how does it looks when you are my student, but I'm not so much of a self-confident guy, even though I speak a lot and I'm very calm. Like, I'm not so self-confident. I could be more self-confident. I think I have more powers than what I believe myself. And I don't want this to happen to you. So, and so my way of approaching to work with people sometimes is a little bit like, I'm so grateful that you're giving me the opportunity. And Oleg got really tired about this early. He was like, man, like, you don't need to be like, you know, so grateful or everything. You are really great. Just do your stuff. And you're not like, because you see, like, I think there are many reasons for that. Apart from my biography, there is the fact that I jumped from cities a lot and I moved to new places. And every time I was building a life from scratch. And I was always very like just like trying to hold to every opportunity that comes my way, because it was really difficult to build my position, you know. And now that I have it, okay, I feel comfortable, but it took me a long time. And so one of the things, the implications of what I'm trying to tell you now is like, I think there are two ways of working when you're doing something. It's like option A, you show a lot of variants, a lot of variante. Like, for example, I have told you in our classes, like, guys, when you have to make a song, make 3 songs and then send the 3 options and let the client decide. Like, Oleg was really hating this from the beginning. He was like, bro, I don't have time to be checking all your songs and thinking about this. You are the expert. You are the musician. You tell me how it is. And when you don't finish, don't send me something until you don't finish. And so that change in this song in particular, you see, like, and I don't know, I think that this depends on how much the other person trusts you, you know. In this case, he was trusting me, so it kind of started working. But in this song, you see, I sent like version 4, then there was action idea ABC, then, and after that I started like 21, 22, when I was sending him like little bit of progress, show, and he got tired of that. And this is where we changed that. And then we started working more like, when I feel it's ready, I share it with him, which gives me more responsibility and it's more cool. But I don't know if this will work the same with other directors. With Oleg, it worked like that. Well, anyways, let's go to here. So, okay, this is how it all started with Ascal Key. Of course, I was absolutely in love with this. I love this shit. This is such a great song. And we throw it to the garbage. Like, we don't use this, like, at all. Like... man, look at the action idea 1, for example. Then I had like to show him another option. So I didn't know what he wanted. I didn't know if he likes kripki, or if he likes orchestra, or if he likes just electronic music. He gave me some references, and the references had both electronic music and not. So I was like, okay, let's do this. Yeah, this was the action idea 1. I guess there are some little changes to what you just heard. And now let's hear the action idea B. Yeah, you see, like, look, absolutely alternative. Stop techno now. And basically, something that you can get away a lot when you have to do something like this is just to change the rhythmic structure, and that's enough to give the song such a different feel. And you leave everything else and change the rhythm structure. That's it. Let's go to the next one. You will see there is a totally different one. I remember if this was, and look at that. You see, like 26th of November, then 13th of December. You see, like I'm working on this. 28th of December. This was non-stop, working on only one track. Yeah, man. I'm really good at electronic music, and I know this. I love to do it. It's just like I like more to play rock. Like it's just like I'm very stupid. Like, I like the things that I'm not good at, kind of. Like, it's very stupid of me, but it's how it is. Like, so anyways, yeah, so you see, like, I end up, look at this, like, Gail ends up, version 35 is where we kind of found a moment of that we're all happy. It was on the 26th of March. Like, this was non-stop thinking about this while I went to talk to you and meet everybody and gave the lectures and then put Sirius to sleep, came back, think about it, then go ahead, do this, never lost track. And that's the thing, why I'm worth 4 million rubles. You give me those 4 million rubles and the thing will be produced. And it will be produced on time, and it will be produced, you know, we will be having fun. And these are maybe you are not the best musician in the world, but you can make shit happen. And that's maybe more valuable than being the best musician in the world. Because, I mean, if you cannot make things happen, who cares? Let me see the idea 3. Wait, let me see the idea 3. Because I remember there was one that I think it's this one. Wait. Wait. With the same construction. Now I really want to show you to where this went, bro. Let me just sort it by name, because there is a moment when I did something that was really special for me. I mean, I had a really good time doing this, but it was really out of my comfort zone. Wait a second, let me see this. Version 6, I think. Yeah, here I'm developing more. Yeah, I'm doing some like electronic music there. You will see where I want to go. Wait, so still was some more techno. I think it was around version 14. Version 10. 12. Yeah, in here you see, look, a new beginning. All of a sudden, like just a totally new beginning. I guess that we had a conversation. It was like, hey, we need to improve this beginning. Yeah. Now we're here. This, and then I hate this because it's super Hollywood cheesy shit, and I didn't want this. And I didn't want this Hollywood cheesy shit. Yeah, wait, I want to get you. It started to improve a little bit, this kind of like Hollywood cheesiness. And then we go to version 14. Yeah, now the script key arrived, man. And this was crazy, bro. This was really, really cool work. Like, and man, all of this was thrown to the garbage. We didn't use nothing of this. Ah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I see. This is where the craziness came, man. Oh shit, I was playing a lot of things that you were not hearing. Well, anyways. Look at where it ended. So this is where the... This is all cheesy shit. I didn't want it to do this. It was just shitty, but I had to try and keep... different beginning. The whole thing changed a lot. Yeah, I was still in those cheesy violins, and then I went to this thing. and there is like some classical orchestral percussion. You will see this is a bit quieter because I didn't put a mix bus, I think. In version 17, the reason why I'm showing you this is because there was 0 moments when I said, yo, Bonebrota, you're gonna make me make another version. There was 0. It was like, a new version. Okay, no problem. Like, I have to give a lecture tomorrow at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., and I need to make this presentation tonight. But whatever, you want a new version? No problem. Need some script? Okay, that's a mentality. And etc. And I mean, and we throw away that to the garbage. All of it. And I learned something really cool that I think I mentioned this to you. One of the things I learned in this project is that we shouldn't be so attached to our musical ideas. It's like throw away. And also sometimes when you build a house, you build a structure to build a house, and then you destroy the structure. And that's really normal. Like, it's really normal part of our procedure of making music. Like, sometimes all of this thing, if I would not have done these 38 versions, I would not have ended in the version that I have in the end. There is always a little bit of progress that happen in any place, and you cannot get and I read you. I read everything you write. I have you in another screen there. You cannot get frustrated because holy shit, like I mean, what I did was not used. This is not the point. Like, the point is, like, you need to, when you make a project like this, it's really, man, it felt so much. This changed me as a person. Like, it really is like driving from Moscow to Beijing. Literally. It's like, let's get in a car and drive from Moscow to Beijing. And then what happens when you drive from Moscow to Beijing? When you arrive to Beijing, you feel like, fuck, man, like, I can do anything now. Like, because on the way, you have to fix the car, the tire gets broken, there is some gasoline, somebody gets ill, you have to stop in a hospital, somebody falls, and there are all these like problems along the way. And that's when somebody hired you to make a project. That's what they don't know, if you will survive all those problems. And I think that what makes us marketable in the market is the capacity of, you know, carry on, and there was zero complaints, zero fighting, zero fuck you, you're paying me little money. I agree to do this. There's no conversation about this. That's till the end. It doesn't matter how much. And well, obviously, this is a point where I could go through all the songs and show you like, oh shit, look how everything changed and everything was so different. And yeah, it happened. And I fell in love with all my ideas, and I was finding them all amazing, and except with some cheesy shit. And then I had to throw them away. And I was always happy about this. It was no problem. So, okay, great. That was the side of like relentlessness, proficiency of writing, and being always productive, and being always not skeptical. Sorry, what I want to say is being always immune to emotions or something like that. It's just like, go on. So all right, that was the kind of like session management / emotional things / what did I do to keep track of the whole work and everything. And I recommend you to think like this. I had by the way, later when I explain you what this code is, you will understand how funny it is that I'm showing it now on YouTube. Like, you will see it later. I'll explain you later. Your ex taught you about this, about like no emotions. You mean that? Yeah. By the way, when you mean your ex, it means that you broke with your girlfriend recently, or you're talking about before. I see. Before. I see. Okay, great. No, just tracking my bro there. Okay, Cool. So what did I do? I recommend you to do this. I made myself a Telegram channel. For me, it's like just me on my own, and it was really useful production resource because the project was so long. You see, like, and so I was sending them there, and this is really important, man. Screenshots of scenes. Like, I really, really, really recommend you guys to do this when you're doing production. Just like make a Telegram channel and send your own like things, notes there, and later sometimes there are some moments of the project that we really love. Sorry, there is a synth sound that you like, that you really love, but you don't find how to use it. Screenshot it and save it, you know, because later when I was needing new sounds, I was like, oh shit, I have this archive of things that I already know that I like, and it saved me a lot. Because also I think the other thing that happens with these projects is like the sound search is the longest part. When you have the sound search done and you already know all your scenes, then it's just like easy. And by the way, if I were to start again, bro, if I were to start again, there is something I would definitely do for sure, because this is giving me a nightmare now. And I'm happy that I'm gonna tell you this. If I were to start this project, I would do this, man. I would grab an Excel tablica and I will do like beats. So what is, I'm gonna make like something kind of like, okay, let's say this is like a group of beats, and there is this first element which will be like ARP 2600 kick, and then I would do kind of something like I mean, this will be the name of that track, and this will be the description. It's kind of like dry kick with not such a heavy attack. And then you never think like this when you're making just one song, but when you're making 75 minutes of music, there is a, when you see the movie, you will remember this thing that I'm telling you. There is a very big problem in this soundtrack, man, and this is so cool that I can give you this golden information that is so simple and so stupid, and you will see how important is the effect of it. Because I didn't have a standard way of calling all my tracks, and kind of like, you see, I later started correcting this, but there are a lot of tracks that are called like instrument 11, like whatever. Some of the tracks are really correctly written, named, but some of the tracks are not. And you know what's when you see the movie, you will remember this. You know what problem this created? The movie doesn't feel consistent, bro. And that's shitty. That's really shitty, but it's I'm a newbie, and I cannot do it all right at the first time. The movie doesn't feel like there are too many individual themes, too many individual sounds. Like, I should have used the same sound more along the movie. And the reason why I didn't do that is because I didn't have a list of all the elements with the names and the description of what they are. The next time I make a movie, I will just, like, when I go to the second session, and maybe that's why Sergey, sorry, this guy that you met, maybe that's why he was telling me that I should have put all of the scenes in one session. Because later happens that you're working on song number 3, and you want to bring back this theme that belonged from song 1, and it's just like a pain in the fucking ass to go and check out all the scenes and see which was the scenes that was that tone, and then figure out, like, if I would start again this, I will make a huge matrix of sounds and names, and when I open the second project, if I'm gonna import this track, I will make sure that it's named the same with the description. Because later, I mean, when the project is so large, the difficulty is that it runs across too many months. It's like, it's been October, November, December, January, February, March, April, and May. It's been like 8 months of working on this, like non-stop. And who the fuck knows, like, what is this since, like, Bass 2, whatever, etc. So you get the point. Like, that's really important, and you will see when you watch the movie, you will see that it feels a little bit disconnected. We are fixing this now, but okay. So alright, that's the whole, like, pre-production, writing music, relentless attitude kind of moment. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about the 5.1 situation and how it comes to be. So again, we are in a little bit of a project management moment that is really important. And here is where Pro Tools is gonna shine a lot, because Pro Tools has this option here, which is like show only instrument tracks, you see? And so you can filter tracks, you can make a custom view depending on, I guess that Ableton has a similar function. This is not a competition, Ableton versus Pro Tools. I'm just telling you like that this is key for this kind of project, because what happens? Oh great, I made all my project at home, it's so beautiful, everything sounds amazing, and now I need to take all this shit to Fly Sound. And how do I do that? So I need to render all the tracks, but I know that there will be pravki, right? So that's very tricky. You see, like if I render the tracks and just get rid of the synths, and then when the pravki come, how am I going to marry these two worlds? So I had to create, and this is where I think that Pro Tools shines very much. Like I had to create a mixing session that has a shadow session on the background. That shadow session on the background contains all the synths. So I can anytime just like make inactive the audio and swap that same audio that I had for a synth track. Do you understand what I mean? I gotta bring a laptop in case I gotta change something. You will bring the laptop in case you gotta change something. Yeah, I mean, that's something that it could be done. I don't have a laptop in my case. Like, I really don't have, I just don't have a laptop at all. And that's not cool. I mean, I wish I would have a laptop. That's not a cool thing. But I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's the right approach. Like, the right approach is more like, I will bring my iLok. And I will install the plugins there. Because jumping from there to here, it's like you're sitting in a place that costs 40K a day. And it's like, wait a second, like I need to open my laptop, and then like where do I hear it? Like I cannot hear it in this system. I mean, your Logics is good, but that's DTH Logics, and now we're talking about Fly Sound Logics, like the pro world. Like I had 3 meetings with the people of like Fly Sound just to discuss which plugins they had to install, and I went to see, and that's another thing that I would like to do next time. Like, I mean, for example, if I would do it next time, I would do something sort of like in that document I was showing you. I would also add here like what VST it was. It was like Arturia, and then I can just copy this and give it to the studio where I will mix. Like, please install me this plugins. And when I arrive, it's all there, and they do it for you, and you arrive and it's there. But the problem on the session management was that I had to render everything and then keep the synths on the back. And so you see, like I have this situation which is like every single audio track that you see has a VST underneath. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course, that's ideal. You see, every single synth track has a rendered version of it underneath. And if it doesn't, it's because I made a little mistake. Well, right now I'm... fuck, I just realized that I need to reopen this session because I made a mistake now that would fuck me very much if I... Let me just... don't save. Yeah, don't save. Totally don't save. Yeah, don't save. And so... Yeah, let me just open it again. Okay, here it is. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how it should be. So you see, like, well, I have here my song packed, and then I have all my audio, and under each audio track, right now I have everything out. I don't have, because I was working on this last night. Right now I have everything. Oh shit, that sucks. I made a big mistake last night. Bliat. I will explain you later what that mistake is. It's not a big deal, but it will take me a lot of time to... I need to now make inactive all the VSTs that don't need to make inactive, because last night I was working with some VSTs and then I make everything inactive, and now I cannot filter. That's a piece of shit what I did there. I hope that you understand what I mean. I kind of fucked it up. Yeah. No, I mean that like Pro Tools has this filter which is hide instrument tracks and hide inactive tracks. And so I made everything inactive, and now I don't know which VSTs should be active and which VSTs should be inactive. Because I mean, Pravki moment, like this is a good case. You see, like these two guys, this is a good case. This is a moment that I had to change now in this stage where I am after I already mixed in Fly Sound and after I already did all this shit. This is a moment that I need to fix. Let these tracks to get active. I hope they will. They should. Wait. Blah, that's gonna eat like an hour of my life, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't know why it's not making it active right now. Maybe it's because I have too little. Maybe it's because I have too little hard drive space. No. Yeah, it's not responding. I'm gonna have to close Pro Tools. It's okay. Let's go back to here and open it again. Just give me 1 sec so it opens. Just a minute. Maybe now I think that I am having a crisis of hard drive in my Cox cassettes. Oh, I never use this. I think I'm having a crisis of hard drive space. You see, I have 41 megabytes, and he is. Let me see if I can quickly. If there is anything here quickly that I can get rid of, because I have. Well, this is gonna open me a little bit of stuff that I can delete for sure. Yeah, that's really great. Delete. Okay. Oh fuck! Come on. The Zoom installer downloads. Let's Zoom installer. Move to trash and empty. Now I need to try again. Sorry, Bratan, just a moment and we will be back. I hope that it will open now that there is more than 40 megabytes. Now there is 50 megabytes. Great. Very, very useful. Yeah, just like I'm so fucking full of this drive downloads. Nah, this is some, I have no idea what this is. Some cooking, I see. But yeah, that's nothing. So what can I delete quickly here? This is peanuts. Let me see here in the desktop. I think I can delete some stuff here. And all these screenshots and this project and all of these images and this other thing. Let's just move it all. I don't know what this is other, so yeah, let's send all this bullshit to the garbage and that's all, and forget about it. Sorry man, just a sec. Anti-trash. Go for it. So now how much space I have on Earth? Well, 200 megabytes is not a big deal, but I think that should be enough to be able to open Pro Tools. With freefall, so I was here in Final. Давай. Please open. Yeah, now I wanted to start discussing the 5.1 mix, and I really need Pro Tools for that. Where is the Telegram? No. Where is this Scheiße? Blin. This sucks. I just really don't want to reset the computer. Let me try to force quit Telegram, to force quit Pro Tools, start again. Let me close everything that eats RAM. Come on, bro. Yeah, this I can close it, I can close it. Oops. Господи.